nothing I really even think about. Your country says you gotta go do something, you do it. That's just the way it was.
Right. Which doesn't really fit in the picture the papers, nor the papers are trying to paint here. A white man who's afraid, paranoid, shooting a pair of innocent colored boys.
Well, they wasn't there. They're not here in New Bordeaux. We got a different situation with our colors. They're doing more than marching here.
Right, now, some of our listeners might need a little context.
I can't believe what I'm reading, what I'm hearing on the radio. What you doing?
You knew how it was gonna go down. I sat right there and told you.
Maybe I'm just realizing there's a difference between hearing about something in the abstract and seeing it splash across the front page of the newspaper.
You didn't think I'd go through with it?
I don't know. I knew. I knew as soon as you regained consciousness. I could see it. I look at you, I see who you were. A little boy who didn't have much, but who also wasn't angry about it. A little boy who shared, who laughed, who just enjoyed being. I wonder what happened to him.
He finally realized how things work.
Is that so?
How many times was the orphanage vandalized by rednecks? How many times do we have to drive around asking restaurants for their leftovers because we didn't have nothing else to eat?
Did we have to deal with racist assholes? Sure. But whenever they did something, folks come around and help us. White, black, Baptist, Lutheran, you name it. You know how all you boys got new jackets on Christmas? Those came from an old white woman, a Calvinist. She spent the entire year making them. If all you ever look for is evil, it's all you ever gonna see.
I gotta go.
I never wanted this for you, Lincoln. I wanted you to have a good life.
The Loire welcome you. We had this kind of money because of all the work you done. Take it. I recognize that I'm hearing the butcher's gone missing. Well, I doubt anyone's actually missing that psycho fuck.
Excuse me.
Get away from here!
Leave the car. On the phone. The Mont Hair. 25. Remember their name. Permanently etched them into your brain. Now here's another name. Ha! Dupree. The white man. The white man who shot Trey McCall and Lamont Harris dead. Being the man about town that I am, I've gathered something better than truth. Something called reality. Like what you asked. How about the reality that when Trey McCall's car was found, it wasn't working, wouldn't start? How about the reality that witnesses not being interviewed by our local press have stated that
You want to buy something? You need to talk to Cassandra.
She said you could use some help, assuming you're a manual.
Assume at your own risk, Lincoln Clay.
So running the weed, y'all got a routine laid out?
We take a boat to the bayou, grab the bales, bring them back.
Bayou can be a rough territory. Dixie Mafia knows every inch.
Do those white boys scare you, Fred? Did they touch your zozo when you were a child?
Cassandra failed to mention your charming personality.
I highly doubt she forgot.
You do this kind of thing back in Haiti?
Back in my country, I was a hooligan, a priest.
What's a priest know about trafficking weed?
I did not run marijuana, Fred. My cargo was refugees, people. I saved their lives, got them away from Duvalier. But you probably don't know much about that.
We gonna have a problem, you and me?
Cassandra says we are partners, that everything is cool between us. Are we cool?
Don't think I call it that.
Neither would I. Cassandra might be able to let go of what you did to our people. But I cannot.
Maybe you'd be happier back in Haiti.
It was not my choice to come here. Leave my home. But I'm trying to make the best of it.
Aren't we all?
There are still Dixie Mafia scattered around the hollow. If you have the time, you should see to them. Convince them to leave. A shipment of weed is being delivered down in the bayou. Get a boat, use it to bring everything back.
We cleaning this place up right. Thanks to you.
Things are gonna change. They have to change. Can't go on like this.
Been underwater ever since that hurricane hit. Ain't getting my hopes up for that piece of paradise. But it ain't happened yet. So girl, you better think twice. Don't you see, no matter what you do, you'll never run away from you. And if you keep on running, you'll have to pay the price. And don't it seem like it's just keep getting harder to find? And all your gifts ain't bringing you peace of mind. Before you find out it's too late, girl, you better get straight. You don't need kicks to help you face the world each day. That road goes nowhere. I'm gonna help you find yourself.
Hey, Lincoln. Everything back to normal here now, thanks to you.
New Bordeaux.
You're him, aren't you? Lincoln Clay.
Vito asked me to come see you.
He wants our guys to do double the runs. Double the runs means double the chances of running into the Coast Guard.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna be too much help dealing with them.
So I will deal with those hijos de la gran puta. I need someone to keep the warehouses full, keep the money coming in.
How much we talking?
Enough to make it worth your troubles. You're gonna be hitting trucks for the contraband.
Seems simple enough. I'll let you know when I get the first truck.
You didn't just save his life, you know? You brought him back. The real Vito. What I mean is, I haven't seen this Vito in a really long time. And I don't want him to go back to the way he was.
You got something to say, I'ma just say it.
What's gonna happen next? You need him, and you need us now. So you give Marcano the fucking he deserves. Is it back in the freezer again?
Would you believe me if I say no?
No, I don't think so. But I believe very few people these days. And if Vito said this is the way things are, that's how they are. If you see any of Greco's men out there, you should deal with them. It will make it easier for us to conduct business. I got my hands on prime shipments out there. Go bust up some heads and bring it back here. I'll take it from there.
Congress passed legislation to offer home ownership subsidies, affordable apartments, and riot insurance for citizens who reside in low-income neighborhoods. The projected cost for this housing relief program could be as high as $30 billion over the next 40 years.
Whiskey everywhere.
I'll not leave thee, thy lone one, to pine on the stem. Since the lonely are sleeping, go sleep thou with him.
You already finished with Barbieri?
Barbieri? No. By a long shot. Already told you. Die slow. As for you, show up like Lazarus himself. And I'm thinking to myself, this jockey bastard is either one of the luckiest sons of bitches that's ever lived, or the kind of man that invites rotten damn luck. So goddamn sure it was the latter. I have to admit, I was wrong about you.
You can thank me by calling me by my name.
Aye. Lincoln it is, then. It's funny. Things get taken from us. We convince ourselves we have to go out and inflict the pain on someone else. A little mend what's busted up inside of us. But it doesn't, does it? No.
It done.
Spent my entire goddamn life scratching and clawing at anyone that came along. Even if they were there to help. Look where it fucking got me. It's the sense in changing. Only way is forward.
Now that Irish Point is back under your control, I'm gonna need you to bring in as much money as you can. Going after Marcano ain't gonna be cheap.
And I imagine you'll be wanting your cut of the proceeds.
That's right.
Can't say I'm a fan of someone looming over me. But a deal's a deal. I asked Nikki to manage those moonshine runs, but she can't bring them all on her own. That liquor hauls in a fair amount. We'll talk to her. She's around here somewhere if she ain't out quail hunting.
Quail ain't in season.
Oh, for her kind, it's always in season. Now. Oh, you'll excuse me. Oh, I was going to see Mr. Barbieri. He's probably getting a little lonely. Lonely.
your Uncle Lou. What are you doing this weekend? Bring the family down to the French Ward for good eats and good times. Come on down to Corley's for the family fun deal. With any 2 adult plates, all kids' plates are free. And grown-ups, Friday and Saturday night, take your receipts over to Big Mouse for half off your first drink order. Only in the French Ward.
You think I forgot what you did? You can blame Marcana all you want, but it was your men who ambushed us.
My men were following orders. We got rules. Not my fucking problem that you people don't understand it.
Yeah, well, I'm about to make it your fucking problem.
What shit is this, then? Goddamn. If it ain't the city's favorite pot-licking donkey, Thomas Burke.
The fuck did you just say to me? Put the gun down, Burke. It's gonna take all 4 of us to bring down Marcano, so I don't want any more of this stupid bullshit.
Bring down Marcana? These 2 used to work for Marcana. And this one? Do you know how many of my men this canard killed because Marcana told him to? Fuck him, and fuck you if you think I'm ever gonna trust
Hey,
these
get the
2.
fuck out then. There's no sweat off my ass.
You don't trust him? Good. Because I don't trust any of you. That doesn't change the fact that I destroyed Barbieri's operations, killed Doucette and those other redneck motherfuckers, and saved Joe ass from Greco's men. So here's what you need to decide right fucking here now. Either fall in line or get the fuck out. Just know. Second you step out that door, your name's getting added to my list, right beneath Marcano's. Now, if we're all done acting like goddamn children, let's go over the plan. In order to bring down an organization the size of Marcano's, we need to eliminate the people at the base and work our way up. It's the same thing I did in Nine.
I know the military filled your noggin with all manner of tactics and schemes, but let's not overthink this shit. Say we go out to his house and shoot him. Shouldn't take more than an hour or so, depending on traffic.
And what you think gonna happen after? Everybody else just gonna lay down and die, you stupid-ass motherfucker?
Cassandra's right. Just killing Marcano doesn't get us anywhere. One of his brothers will take over and we're right back where we started. So, first, we go after his lieutenants. Then, once they're killed, we seize their territory and move on to the capos. Once the lieutenants and the capos are killed, Marcano will be isolated and alone. And that's when we go after him.
Hold on, what happens to those territories we get from Marcano's guys?
Once it's in our hands, I'll decide who gets to run the day-to-day. I give you a district, you get the rackets and everything else. But I'm also counting on you to hold it. Keep that bastard from reclaiming it. One last thing. Y'all know that building that's going up across the lake? It's building a casino. Marcano's constructing this so we can go legit. All his money's tied up into that thing, so once he figures out what we're up to, it'll limit his options. More importantly, it's an emotional attachment. Emotions make people irrational, greedy. So that's where we hit him. Right in the goddamn heart.
Hey, nice speech. Think they bought it?
Okay. They're all too greedy or pissed off of Marcano to back out now.
At least until one of them decides to try the crown on for size.
Well, if it comes to that, I'll handle it. The photos were a nice start and all, but I'm gonna need some actionable intel on those lieutenants. A place of business, where I can find them, you name it.
The dossiers are nearly complete. I'll be ready to move when you are. I was also able to recruit some concerned citizens who are more than happy to share what they know about Sal's coalition of WAP assholes. Information on how to contact them will be included with the other intel.
Appreciate it.
Sure you don't need a ride?
Oh, I do my own driving.
Ooh. And the systematic killing of Marcano's capos and lieutenants, that was part of the plan.
Well, you're playing fucking patty cake, Christ.
Look, you want to bring somebody down, you destroy the foundation they're standing on. It's the same basic op we ran over Nam. You ever heard of Enzo Conti?
Think Sammy mentioned him a time or two.
He's 61, old school mob. Been running Barclay Mills for decades. He started off exploring the railroad and moved on into industrial waste. All the heavy construction equipment and supplies for the casino, steel, concrete molds, that kind of thing, was all brought in via Enzo's trains.
All that shit has to be worth millions. Enzo didn't just hand it over to any cat who walked in the door. Marcano's a felon, so he's got to have a partner, someone who's legit.
If he does, that person's buried deep. I went through the paperwork. It's a goddamn maze.
Which means we need to get Enzo to tell us who it is.
According to my sources, Enzo's not a big fan of the casino. Thinks anyone who's not Sal Marcano's gonna end up getting fucked.
So I might be able to use that to flip him.
Probably have to squeeze him pretty hard, but it's worth a shot. He's still involved in the railroad and has to store all that industrial waste somewhere, so I'd start there.
Once I take his district from him, I'll give him a call from the motel, offer him an out.
And if that fails, you could always give him a Hanoi hangman.
What's your problem?
Look who it is. Good to see you up and breathing, Connie.
No, fuck, man. He got kind of crazy when you was taking over the warehouse in River Row, but I got out all right.
Heard you know something about the Barclay train yard.
Yep. This is more independent-like between the two of us. That friend of yours in the nice tan suit figured you need eyes and ears on Pete Santini's shipping operation.
What's Santini up to?
He's the protection man here in Barclay. You want to see whatever you put on a train end up where it's supposed to be? You gotta pay Pete's people.
Sounds kind of small time for one of Marcano's outfits.
Give the man a prize. Ever wonder why this city's got so many guns? Marcano and Enzo got Santini running them. You bust up them deals and you put the hurt on Pete's business.
All right. I'll see about getting my hands on that map. Be seeing you.
You know the drill. Lean on Santini's people, see what they got to say.
rich folks eating from a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me.
You're not what I expect. This was a mistake. I don't want any trouble.
Someone told me you work at the dump, that you might have information for me. Now, your name's Maria, right?
Mm-hmm. Maria Bava. I've only been at the dump a couple of months. Accounts receivable. I know. Glamorous. Paul Simmons runs the place. Everybody calls him Puppy, though. You've got to stop him.
Stop him from doing what?
Dumping waste in the bay, extorting drivers from other garbage companies, but that's...
That's not the worst thing they're doing, is it?
Mister, they're killing people. Puppy... Mr. Simmons doesn't know how to keep his voice down on the phone, but he was arguing with one of the cleaners, kept saying how they'd been paid to get rid of somebody.
You know when these cleaners will be around?
No, but some of the other guys who work for the dump might.
I'll chase down information on these cleaners, along with the rest of the dump's business. It's gonna be all right, Maria. You did the right thing.
Some of Mr. Simmons' people might know more about the illegal dumping and the bodies.
Tasty patisserie for a little bite of heaven.
Can you send me a new ride? I'm in Barclay.
Just gonna take a squirt, and I'll get her out to you.
There he is, let's go!
Here's your car, boss.
Appreciate it.
Fucking trains riding around are gonna wreck my ears.
Use mine. You can give them back later.
They've been in your ears.
Yeah, my ears, not my ass. Christ, princess.
Get me out of here! I'm in the water! Fuck you, boy. We're dropping like fucking flies!
In my sights, motherfucker!
Attention area unit. Report of a Negro male with a firearm in the Barclay area. Please respond.
You work for Santini. I want to know what he's up to.
Mr. Santini's been doing some small-time gun sales. I know where he's been stashing the money.
You answer to me.
All units, pursuit is called off. Abandon search and return to patrol. Repeat, pursuit is called off. Abandon search and return to patrol.
fucking flies!
Gotta hunker down.
Ain't going out like that.
Damn! Back the shit down.
Let me see y'all.
Sit down.
Hey, he's over here.
Heading for cover!
Look who out! Blood's going down.
You think that scares me? Fuck you.
Requesting a supply run to Barclay Mills.
I'll head your way now.
See anything you need?
Let me see what you got.
I'll be... This is done. You know how to find me.
Piece of shit!
Drop it off!
Hey!
Not like that.
Kill me, please, please.
Kill all of us.
way.
This boy's dropping like fucking flies. I said, dropping like fucking flies. Bastard got me trapped.
Holy shit, you really been to work on Santini's business. God damn, you make an impression, boy. Didn't mean no offense by that. Listen, it's not setting well with Santini that people think they don't have to pay for protection. And it sounds like no one trusts him to deliver on gun deals like usual.
Imagine that's got him pretty pissed off.
Got him, Enzo, and Marcano looking weak. Going over to the train yard. Santini's there now trying to figure out what the hell he's gonna do.
Been fun, Connie. Keep it tucked up out there.
If you don't get to Santini, Marcano will. Might as well put the poor bastard out of his misery.
Explode the space like a true nature's strike.
yourselves a guest. We down the man. Daddy's home, cocksucker.
Taking cover.
Hey, so here.
You want some more? Give me to a goddamn hospital! Can't be happening. Right. This is our fucking crew! This ain't fair! I'm harmless! Grab a cover. Let's see what this baby can do. Fuck last. Quit shooting at me, would you? You know, I really thought I could make this work.
Guess you were wrong. Send whoever you can to Barclay Mills. I ain't letting this place go.
Yeah, okay. But if you asking me to commit the lives of my men here, then I expect you to commit to me. And remember, this road we're setting out on in the here and now.
Anyone who thinks Sammy Robinson was the Mardi Gras mastermind is a moron. Just because he was involved doesn't mean it was his idea. And none of the evidence ever added up. The money wasn't recovered, and Sammy didn't shoot himself in the back of the head and then burn down his own bar. The only reason people believe Sammy was behind it was his skin color.
How you doing, Mr. Clay? This place is okay once you get used to the smell of diesel.
In the world you shall have tribulation. Here,
Question a supply run to Barclay Mills.
Be out directly.
Hallelujah. Have no doubt, friend. God. See anything you need?
Let me see what you got.
Hope you. I'll be with that. See you later.
Want to get something to eat around here?
Just kidding.
This part of town's run by a man named Tony DeRazio. From what I was able to piece together, he's a real fucking weirdo. Some kind of savant when it comes to numbers.
Then he must be the one who runs Lou Marcano's books.
Runs his books, launders his money. Hell, he even manages Lou's relationships with city officials. It's Tony's job to make sure their asses stay greased.
How do I get to him?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Tony lives in the penthouse on the top floor of the Royal Hotel. Elevator access is restricted and the rest of the hotel's crawling with Tony's goons.
Well, he can't stay up there all the time. I'm gonna need a schedule for when he comes and goes.
I've been watching this cocksucker for a month now, and he's left exactly one time. That was because one of his men fucked up. Took a pipe to the poor bastard's left arm.
Well, looks like he's got a front business he uses to issue bribes and launder Lou's money. And another one that soaks up funds from the city. I hit him. He overreacts, then I get my opening.
And fuck up things between him and Lou in the process. Be careful with this one. Just because Tony's a goddamn spastic doesn't mean he won't cut your balls off if given the chance.
Really?
Shrimp. What you call me?
I have a subscription.
You don't wear continental clothes or Stetson hats.
I'll tell you one doggone thing. It makes me feel good to know one thing. I know I'm alive. All right, Mama.
Information for me.
The name's Lenny Davis. I work in the city clerk's office, and your friend said you could help with this guy blackmailing me.
What kind of juice makes you someone worth blackmailing?
My office approves new projects under development. I fucked up, cheated on my wife, and this guy, Jimmy Kavar, filmed it. Come to find out, the girl worked for Kavar too.
And now he owns you.
He's forcing me to rubber stamp phony building projects and cash the checks for his company, Kavar Construction. Probably seen the signs over where they're building the new city hall. Thing is, Kaval doesn't really come around unless there's a problem.
Don't worry. I'm pretty good at causing people problems.
Some of his men hang out around downtown. Look, I ain't a bad guy. I just made a mistake is all.
Keep your head down, Lenny. I'll pay Kaval's men a visit. See what they know.
Kaval's people know more about what he's doing than I will.
In protest, she says. What are we supposed to do? So the fellas in management get grabby sometimes.
I think
You the
you
reporter?
and I are supposed... Harold Cawley, the Tattler. I'm covering DeRazio's little corruption racket.
Can't imagine it's good for your health, naming names in the Marcano organization.
Didn't you hear? Even cigarette smoke will kill you. So here's what I know. We've got city officials taking bribes, blackmail, juicy stuff. At the center of it all is a fellow named Frankie Bernard. The problem is, I don't know where he operates.
Might make it kind of hard to find him.
Ah, but the thing is, I hear Mr. Bernard uses debt drops. Spots where his people leave bribes for officials to pick up. And I just happen to know where they are. I also understand Frankie keeps a sweet blackmail stash of every dirty deal he's done.
I'll see if I can't get one of those couriers to give up the location for your mystery man and his little blackmail stash.
The people working for Bernard are just as secretive as he is. You might have to find some way to get them to talk.
Are we done with 1968 yet? Welcome back to Native Son. You know, a quiet corner of South Downs became a little less so earlier this week. Seems a fracas broke out there. Maybe even a whole to-do. Colored couple was moving into one of them.
Holy fuck!
Kill one of our boys! Tag ya! Circle round him! Fuck! Get him! I ain't going out like that. Cover my ass. Shit! Fuck! You got me! Had to shoot. Stay out of my way. Rest in peace.
Stay out of his way and might not use it.
You mark it? Spirit, get down!
You're gonna tell me what you know about Frankie Bernard?
The boss is running things out of the Imperial
Get the
back
cops
health
down
spa.
here right
He's keeping the politicians in
Reports
line
of
with
an
dirty
armed Negro
pictures he's
male
got stashed
downtown.
there.
Units in the area,
You
please
run with
respond.
me now.
When you wake up in the morning, the world still gets you uptight. Well, there's nothing better you ain't tried to fill the emptiness inside. When you come back down, girl, still ain't.
All units, pursuit is called off. Abandon search and return to patrol. Repeat, pursuit is called off. Abandon search and return to patrol.
Before you find out it's too late, girl, you better get straight. Not with kicks. You just need help, girl. Well, you think you're gonna find yourself a little piece of paradise?
Reports of an armed Negro male downtown. Units in the area, please respond.
Just streaming in from wherever. And it just don't feel like a place.
Getting away, maybe. Don't even know.
Out of the way.
We got a man. Survived Iwo Jima to fucking croak here? Form up on me and let's go.
All units, search is called off. Repeat, abandon search. Return to patrol. Reports of an armed Negro male downtown. Units in the area, please
These are yours,
respond.
boys. Got a beat on him?
I'm gonna piss on your corpse and fuck your mother. Shit, he's picking us off.
Too late to run now, boy.
He's gunning us down. Yes.
All units, search is called off. Repeat, abandon search. Return to patrol.
No. I go to front. That black bitch is mine.
downtown and about ready for a resupply.
I'll head your way now.
Anything you want here?
Show me what you got.
This way. Good. Call me if you need.
Did anyone follow you? Reckon the construction site is really causing problems for Kaval.
He's picking us off! For cover!
I need help over here! Get this asshole! I need help over here! Hey, look!
Kavar Construction. Tell me about it.
Mr. Kavar just moved a shit ton of stuff and the money's just sitting there waiting for somebody to take it.
I'll be in touch.
fucking hit! The whole team!
Get behind something.
Run for your lives! I'm assuming we ain't grabbing a beer after this? Gunning us down!
Yeah! Cut that sack of shit down! Dropping like fucking fluff! Ah!
Down here. So much blood. Look at all the blood.
I'm downtown and about ready for a resupply.
Be out directly.
Now, just how are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Show me what you got.
Yes, we... Good. Call me if you...
I know she means
Kavar
well,
Construction
but
is
she
a
needs to
wreck.
respect
And Mr. Kavar's really peeled. Jimmy Kavar called. He's at the City Hall construction site and wants to see me. He knows. I don't know how, but he knows I've been helping you people. He's gonna kill me, or I'm going to jail. Then he'll kill me. Oh, God.
Go home to your wife, Lenny. Pack a bag, get out of town for a couple days. When you get back, this'll all be over.
You'll talk to Jimmy?
Sure.
Kavar's waiting for you. I'm gonna follow your advice. Get out of town.
From what I hear, wearing a seatbelt's even worse.
I'm downtown and about ready for a resupply.
I'll head your way now.
Everything you see
Show
is
me what
for
you
sale.
got.
You... It in good health. I'm heading out.
Someone gave that fool a gun!
What's the name doing there? Crane killed his ass fucking dead.
Bush, Pa?
This gonna be... Got ourselves a gas. Taking cover. Gonna shot you.
you can have them when I'm done. Let's see if you bleed red. He's taking out the whole team. Cover my ass.
You ain't ever walked.
One of our boys. He's cutting us down. These are yours.
This is nobody's fault but yours. Motherfuckers die first. You got.
Get your ass away! You killed another one of ours? Got nowhere to go! Ah, he's all mine!
Tony D is gonna bury me. You hear? Bury me.
Worried about the wrong man, Jimmy. Send whoever you got downtown. Gotta secure it while we can.
Of course, brother. They'll be there soon.
The investigation was a mess from the very start. The locals did everything they could to keep us out of it, but that wasn't the worst of it. Someone actually broke into our offices and not only stole all of our files, but they also took most of our surveillance equipment.
We're gonna lose a whole fucking day over this. You know that, don't you?
Sir, it's not my fault. That plan said 14 feet.
Inches. That wall was supposed to start 14 inches back.
Can't get my boot down.
Paradise. But it ain't happened yet, so girl, you better think twice. Don't you see, no matter what you do, you'll never run away from you. And if you keep on running, you'll have to pay the price. And don't it seem like it's just keep getting harder to find, and all your kids say
don't know how you people live down here. It's hot, it's humid. Most of the time it smells like the goddamn river.
Smells all right to me.
You know what it is. It stinks of mud. Wet, rotten mud. It's been buried down deep for way too fucking long. The Mekong Delta had that same goddamn stench. Hated it then, hate it now.
So, what'd you find out?
Frank Pagani runs Tikfa Harbor. Reports up to Tommy Marcano, and he has a ship called the Tanager, which he uses to smuggle shit in and out of the city. For the past 8 months, he's been making regular trips to Bermuda.
What's in Bermuda?
Not a goddamn thing. He's really been going to Cuba.
Marcano used to run the mob casinos down in Havana.
My assumption is that Frank has been taking whatever is salvageable from the old casinos and bringing it back up here.
That's a lot of effort to reuse some old tables and slot machines. There's gotta be something else going on.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't walk up to Frank and ask him. He's in Havana now, and he isn't scheduled to be back anytime soon.
I mean, we gotta force him to change his travel plans.
Frank's businesses are centered around stolen cars and freight. Look for places that'll support that kind of activity. Once you start taking them down, he'll come home.
All right.
I'll put a tap on the Coast Guard and let you know when the Tanager contacts them.